Text and sex go hand in hand. A study. Hyper-networking more common amongst girls. Now we have a way to find out which girl is promiscuous and which one not. The studies have shown that teens who text 120 times a day or more, and there seems to be a lot of them, are more likely to have had sex or used alcohol and drugs than kids who don't send as many messages, according to provocative new research. The study's authors aren't suggesting that hypertexting leads to sex, drinking or drugs, but I mean, you can assume that is obviously, how else does the sex and the drinking and the drugs happen unless it actually happens? So it seems like the moment you connect to the unconscious mind through either sex or alcohol or drugs, you start to communicate a lot more, and you use devices of the unconscious mind that takes you out of reality into the mind completely, because you have accessed the unconscious. You can study the Desteni introductory courses in terms of how these things operate. And now all you have to do is watch which girls text 120 times or more, and you know they will have sex easily. You can normally give them just a few beers and then they'll be ready for a fuck. I mean, we now know what is the ways to find your next lay. Not the way to go, but it gives you just an indication how easy it is to establish who is the next victim you want to have sex with. This has normally been something that was easily tracked at parties where alcohol or drugs are involved, because the behavior of the person will change instantaneously when they have drugs or alcohol, and then they become more promiscuous. It is the key of it. But now you have an handheld instrument, a device with which you can measure promiscuity, which is the cell phone. The cell phone will indicate the level to which the person is supporting the system and their own pursuit of happiness, which is in sex, drugs and alcohol, and to show that they are no longer part of reality, they are only part of the mind, and therefore ready for fucking. And they use that way to get to the fucking. They use mind fucking through texting. Texting is a thing of sending nice little messages to everyone so you can feel good and thus prepare yourself for your next masturbation, because obviously all fucking that happens through alcohol or drugs or texting are always masturbation, even if a partner is involved, because you have no clue what sex really is all about. You're just there discharging the energy overload that came through your access to the unconscious mind, and that happens through the orgasm, and thus you are then preparing for the next stage where you will do everything in your power to keep the system going and will not question what's going on in this reality, because you have the ultimate threesome, which is sex, drugs and alcohol. You have a threesome relationship, and therefore it doesn't matter who you have sex with, or who you have a drink with, or who you have drugs with, as long as you get your fix. That's the crucifix, because now you have crucified life and are no longer valid as a living being. Stop this behavior if you can. If you can't, it is too late anyway.